Full shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's some social shit for everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like, I made this be myself, so hear me.
Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. No faffing about. Intro needed to be cut short because I said, you know, let's just dive into it, man. Today, we're obviously here. People, big up your damn selves. Make sure you're smashing the like, sharing, and subscribing to the damn channel. We're obviously here to go through. Obviously, last time we did our greatest back four. So we did obviously a ranking show of all the back fours / fives, you know, that we've seen, of course, in history. And we just ranking them into whatever categories we kind of felt that these guys needed to obviously be in. Now, today, we're going to be taking a look at the midfield. Now, obviously, I'm just chatting to ENDZ there offline as well. Yeah, there's some real bad boy midfields, you know, that we've seen throughout our time. Obviously, we know we've got the great one in terms of the Barcelona ones, but I'll be honest, there are some real underrated ones in there, ones who have won a lot of trophies, but also if you actually look to the combination of the players and things like that, yo, there's some real good one. As ENDZ said, guys, please just drop your like on the way in, whether you're watching it live, whether it's on the replay. I don't really care. Just drop a like or a dislike. And please engage with the content. So before we get into the players, this is the categories that I've got here. Now, as I did the same thing I'll do with the defense one. It's not so much about ranking them in any specific order, because I feel like that's kind of disrespectful to the midfields, and some of them it's difficult to really place one over the other. We could be here, you know, all day. So it's more about just putting them in their own kind of category. So you can see you got yuck, which is just yuck. Like it was disgusting. Like that was a mad midfield. You got real bad boys. You got they was decent. You got did their thing. You got slyly, they can hang with the big boys. And then you got future bad boys / Hall of Famers if you think they're going to be, you know, either or. Let's take a look, man. Let's take a look, man. So, yeah, you guys have, I'll try and make it a bit bigger so you guys can
pause.
Pause. So you guys can obviously see some of them that we've obviously got here. Obviously, you got like a few of the standouts, like, and I don't know if you guys, obviously, if you can see it there on the screen, but there's some real bad boy midfielders, bro. I cannot lie. Like midfield combinations anyway. Like there's some underrated ones in there. Some that I forgot. Heck, I had to ask ChatGPT because I was like, yo, I forgot about this midfield or, you know, that midfield and this team. And, you know, it's difficult. Obviously, I could have entered in about 50. There was about 60 that they had in terms of combinations. But like I said to ENDZ before, and like I said on the defense one, some of them was like, you got the same two players and then they've just added in like, maybe this guy was here for this tournament, for example. You know, so I didn't want to, like, you know, that's just, you know, let's just stick with one kind of thing and then we can go from there. So let's kick it off, man. Let's kick it off. This one was a good one. The Juventus one. Pirlo, Pogba, Marquisio, and Vidal.
Was that Mohawk Pogba times?
Mohawk. You know, when man was hitting the screamers from outside the box.
Okay, that Pogba, that one was unreal to play against, and Pirlo just out here just saucing with the passing.
Facts, big facts.
Ooh. I wouldn't say I watched a lot of their games, but the ones that I did see, I'm like, yo, okay, these men are cooking still. I would say they did their thing. I don't know what Sav would say about it, but I'm going to go. I think they did their thing. I think individually they were cold players anyway. And then the formula of putting them together. Is that the run of the 10 league wins as well? Obviously, I don't think they were involved in all of that. Was it 10 or 11 Juventus until they got found out for match fixing around them time? Something like that. I have to double check that the time dates for that one. But yeah, they're cold, man. I think they did their thing, though. Pogba's out here scoring goal of the season every week, bro. So, and Pirlo was just out here diming from 60, 70 yard passes, just spraying. So, yeah, I think they did their thing.
Ridiculous. What about you, Savage, man? What are you saying?
Yeah, first I was thinking bad boys, but I'm trying to think how good they were in the Champions League as well. And I don't think
they weren't that good, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
This midfield that was actually popping.
Yes, I'd probably have them where ENDZ got them still. I think the Champions League let them down a little bit.
No, man. I hear it, man. I
Cold
hear it.
ballers there, though, man.
Bro, ridiculous. Fuck it. Let's go with these guys. Arsenal's invincible. So Gilberto Silva, Patrick Vieira, Freddie Ljungberg, and Robert Pires, midfield quartet.
And the 4-4-2 dons.
4-4-2 Dons. The 4-4-2 Dons. Obviously, they were invincible with this midfield. Obviously, you had Patrick Vieira, who's obviously a bad boy. But yeah, I think when he had Gilberto Silva, I'm gonna say that's when I saw the best of like those two anyway. As a partner. Like,
Gilbert was slightly underrated at the time, innit? People think him up now, but at the time, it was underrated, bro.
Facts, big facts.
I'd probably say bad boys.
Bad boys, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think Vieira, just watching, how he was as a player, man. Pick the ball up, run past players, leader, fought for everyone. He could defend, he could score goals. Like, he's got a bit of silk about him as well. But just a proper leader, man. Proper leader and a footballer.
Man, trying to compare him to Roy Keane and that, but he's way better than Roy Keane. But
bro, like all the time they do. I'm like, Roy Keane was decent, and I think he's maybe.
He was good, man. They're just trying to do that because that's Arsenal's captain and he's Man U's captain. Brother, it's not a competition. But
if you're measuring them up as leaders, I think they're on par. But if you're talking about their actual ability, Vieira's way ahead.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Let's go a bit more new school. Joelinton, Tonali, and Bruno G.
Hey, the man there, listen, the man there got something saucy still. I can't even lie. The combination is crazy.
Yeah.
But do you know the thing though is, right? And this is, I don't know what you think, Sav, but I think Joelinton is the reason why they're good. I think he knits it all together. Because I've noticed when he weren't in the team, the performances, I'm not saying they massively declined and the players still stood up and did their thing, but he adds a different dimension to their midfield. He allowed
I agree. When he's not there, Bruno has to be more aggressive in his tackling and all that stuff, and he's got like two jobs slowly, whereas they can kind of focus on being ball-playing midfielders, let Joelinton cook up the dirty work and that. So it's a madness still. Definitely, their balance works perfect. I mean, we've bigged them up enough times, isn't it? Like, it's probably only also going to give them that kind of thing, because when I think of around the world, people would have probably never mentioned that midfield, but it's so well balanced, bro.
It's weird, isn't it? Like, I don't think anyone really. I don't hear many people talk about that midfield.
When Man City had that midfield, people would be like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" But I don't know if it's because it's at Newcastle. But
that's
Bruno and Thingy together. And Tonali, blood. I mean, they didn't have Tonali before, innit? Obviously, he was banned, so I noticed straight away because he's better than I thought he was. Tonali, he's way better than I thought he was.
He's cold.
And I already thought he was good as well, but I didn't. There's certain levels in it. Like I seen him drop stinkers before and go missing before he got to Newcastle. And I'm watching him like, brother, he's another example to me that shows me that the Prem's not the best quality in terms of. Yeah, I mean, because he seems to find it very easy, bro. And he's a bit more robust than I thought, which, to be fair, you wouldn't know that until they come to the Prem, because it's a bit more aggressive, but he's cold.
But yeah, that's why solely for me, I think if you just took Joelinton out of that, it's not great. He makes it what it is for me personally, and that's not a knock on them as individuals, because I think Tonali's cold and I think Bruno's cold as well, but that midfield, where I look at the other ones, I'm like, yeah, Arsenal would still win with, like, even if you had to take Vieira or Gilberto out, Juve would have still won if you took, you know what I mean, even a Pirlo or a Pogba out, they would still win the game of football. I'm not saying Newcastle can't win a game of football, but you can see how much they lack that midfield, like cohesion, they lack that midfield, like balance when he's not there. And they're more likely. And prime example, bro, when we played them, we beat them 2-0. We dominated that game at Anfield. obviously they had their moments as well, but it's not like that first game when they battered us from pillar to post and we drew 3-3 and Salah had to come up with, you know, some moment of brilliance and that. But in that other game, you could see that McAllister, Gravers, and Sobo could breathe, bro. But they could run around but yeah, and you saw the difference when he came back in the cup final. It's man, they couldn't breathe again. It's just it's crazy.
They're very reminiscent of how our midfield used to be.
Yeah,
they're perfect. You'd argue that their two take away Joe Linton are more techie on the ball.
I was just about to say, yeah.
But we obviously Wilder machine got over the line and stuff like that. But don't get twisted, man. The League Cup for Newcastle after not winning the trophy, that trophy in 70 years is massive, bro. That is a big thing. So yeah, they 100% they're cooking, man. They're good.
Where'd you guys place them, man? I'll tell you where I would put. I had them anyway. My thoughts was that I had them in. They could slightly hang with the big boys.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because I like you. Everything you guys have said. Let's be real. If we said that about any of these other midfielders, we'd be putting them in higher categories purely based off of what they've won. Obviously, their man have won like dumb amount of trophies. So really, it's only because these men haven't won bare trophies. But really, they can probably hang with a lot of these big boys. I can't even lie.
Yeah, I agree. Joe Linton needs to be studied, by the way, bro. This man was a striker, but I don't know what the fuck happened. But...
You know what? Let me check real quick what his record was before he came to Newcastle, like goal-wise.
He was good, man, but...
He was their thing, He was their record signing as well.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
sometimes you put players on because they're just big and tall, and you know, they do that thing. Oh, yeah, just be a striker. Realistically, he had traits of a midfielder. But they're like, no, just run the striker thing, bro. Good run.
But like, I'm looking at his record, right? Only twice in his whole career has he got more than double digits in a
That's
season.
What I'm saying, bro. That's not a striker, bro. That's a midfielder.
Bro, that's mad.
I was just misprofiled his whole life, and
misprofiled, bro.
No, hey, listen.
They obviously thought something of him because Steve Bruce brought him in, and I was thinking at the time, like, okay, I don't know about this guy. Let me see if he's cooking and that, bro. Because I saw his stature and I said, if he's a good striker, there's going to be problems. And then he was just stinky. I was like, what the? I don't understand what's going on.
He needs the game. He has to see the game from in front of him. He's better that way. If he has to stay up there and wait, you can see that he lacks certain things in it, like awareness. But if it's in front of him, it's a long day.
Facts.
It's a long day, bro.
It's facts. Yeah, I'm even just reading about him. Like he said, he's been up front. He played on the wing. Obviously, we've seen him play on the wing for Newcastle, to be fair as well. And I like that versatility about him as well, because you know what he reminds me on the wing? He reminds me of Mandzukic.
Yeah.
Pocket man out there on the wing. You're not doing him there. You're not putting him there because he's gonna pace man out. Though he's not gonna do that. What he is gonna be is, bro. You see that right back? He's gonna get hell all day, all game, bro. So, nah, man, I rate that midfield three. Let's kick it back. Let's go to Porto's Champions League winning midfield. So you got Manish, Echo. I cannot remember the last brother's name. I've had it here.
Throw it up. That means what's the?
Hold on.
You got future bad boy as a Hall of Fame. Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I can't see it properly, to be honest. So,
hold on, let me see.
Is it Alberto? I don't know if it's.
No, hold on. I'm gonna find it right now.
Or is it Costinha? I can't.
I want to say him, but let me even just so that I don't get it wrong.
Yeah, I'm just thinking because obviously I know the cup final they played at Diamond 4-4-2 in it, so I know it's got to be one of them. It's got to be Alberto or Costinha because
Costinha.
It's Costinha. Yeah.
But it was more when I looked through like that season.
No. All I thought of is the Champions League because I can't lie. Yeah. I wasn't watching Porto in their league that season.
Nah.
Just what they were doing in the Champions League, innit? Who's this Porto team?
Mainly against Manchester United is when I took notice. I can't lie. Because group stages, I wasn't watching Porto like that. I'm not gonna like it was when they beat Man United. I was like, oh, okay, who's this? Like?
Yeah, because they had Thingy in it. They had that. Obviously, it ended up being the Chelsea team, but they had Ferreira and Carvalho in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I rated them because I always thought that Ferreira was kind of underrated, but
super underrated,
good player, man.
So their midfield for the final was Jesus Christ. I forgot they played fucking Monaco. Midfield for the final. was Manish, Costinha, Pedro Mendes, and then Dzeko in the he
Yeah.
was the in that.
Yeah, that makes sense actually.
Do you know what? Deco for me is one of the coldest midfielders I've ever seen. Yeah, I don't know where to put these, man, because I don't know if you took Deco out, would they still be that good?
So.
Deco's one of the midfielders, yeah, that while I was growing up, he was spoke about the right way.
Yeah.
And since I've done the content creating thing and that, bro, man's name's never popped up. And anytime I mention Deco, I see man just dismiss him. Like, bro, these man, like, because I think of that Portugal team as well, like with Deco and Manisha. That's what I remember, bro. I remember Deco scoring the first goal in the 2006 World Cup for Portugal, and he slipped over and rasped one from the top bins. But I remember all of that, man. So I don't understand why
he dictated control.
Yeah, these men get brushed off. But when they talk about him being Barca sporting director, they speak about him like he shouldn't be there. But I'm like, Deco, bro.
Savage. We already know, like, these bums who talk about the game and that, when they start talking about certain players, you gotta realize Dzeko wasn't a guy getting you bare goals or bare assists. He was just a midfield. You get the goals and assists, but he's not doing the. They'll remember Pogba because Pogba was flashy with it. He was swaggy with it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Whereas, and I don't feel like Dzeko had a USP, but he was just good at everything in the midfield.
Nah, he's a bit like Fingy plays like him now, isn't it? Jon Neves blood.
Yes,
but I think he still did though, because I think he had that air of arrogance about him as well with his passing range and him being able to like link the play and score goals. Like, you gave him space at the edge of the box, the ball could find itself in the top corner. You don't get tight to him, spin you 1-2s, and then he'll just little dummy somewhere and then drop one off. Like, he had all of that in his locker, bro.
But I'm sorry, when I say it, I mean it more for the muggles of today.
Yeah.
So for them, for us, bro, come on, bro, you just listed everything. Like, to me, that's a perfect midfielder.
So cold, man.
Is that Champions League team the one that had Fingy at left back? Nuno Valente. Like
Valente.
He's a baller, man.
Nuno Valente.
I think that was the left back anyway. I think.
So this was the final that they had anyway. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Nuno Valente, Ricardo Carvalho, Costa, and then Ferreira at the back.
And then Dariel and Alberto up front until the make us up. Yeah.
Bro, the Monaco team is man like Julian. Fucking hell.
That's the Fingy one, isn't it? The Julian Morientes one.
Julie and Morientes with Patrice Evra at left back. Hey, I like Patrice, you know.
Yeah, because they used to have
Patrice.
Was it Rodriguez and Give it at centre back?
Yes.
They were serious business, man. Yeah.
Yes. Fucking hell. I'm looking at their team. I couldn't even tell you that midfielders, you know. Cisse, Bernardi, and Zikos. I can't even.
Yeah. Madness.
Just know they were ballers, bro.
I know. You know, like I just
around them times with the teams that were about, to get to a final, you were a baller, bro.
Nah, it was that was such an interesting. Hold on, did we sign Morientes just after that?
I don't know if it was after that. I think it was.
No, it must because he was there. No, it wasn't.
I feel like it wasn't, bro. It was.
Nah, we had Morientes in Reebok Gold Days, blood. I remember that, man. I had a Morientes shot.
Time to score a goal, by the way.
Yeah. No, because that Champions League final was 2004, blood. We didn't sign. We had Morientes after we won the Champions League, innit? We won the Champions League in 2005.
2006.
Yeah. Because I remember because after we won the Champions League, then we went into the next season and we got like a special like Reebok kit, but the striping was gold for it. And I remember they had the Morientes top. What a waste of money that was. Anyway.
I can't lie. You see when we talk about players not like nowadays, we talk about signings and like players that like you're gassed about signing.
Brother,
I was gassed when we signed Morientes. I
couldn't believe how shit it went, bro. It was winding me up, bro.
Savage. It was pissed because I'm thinking, bro, we're getting Morientes. What? Raul Morientes? Like, we're getting that Morientes. Yeah, we did not get that Morientes.
Yeah, man playing on these rusty pitches and that, bro. He's like, bro, what am I doing over here, bro?
Yeah, the thing is, he left Liverpool and went straight back to scoring goals, bro.
Oh,
yeah. Bro, Valencia, look at this, So he spent 2 seasons at Liverpool, right? His 2 seasons, at Monaco in that season, 03-04, he scored 22 goals, all comps. Yeah, Came to Liverpool, he scored 3 goals in his first. Oh, no. Okay, no. We did sign, I thought so. We did sign him in 04-05. Yeah. It says here we got him in 04-05 and then 05-06. He was only here for 2 seasons.
When did we win the Champions League? Was it 04-05 season or 05-06 season? Right.
We won it in 04-05.
Yeah.
We won it.
We signed him at the end of that season.
Because the Monaco
season. We would have signed him at the end of the
season.
Yeah, so we did, And then look, so he got 3 goals in his first season, but he only played 15 games. Then in his okay, I get it. Okay. So now, so this is actually how it went. 03-04, he was actually still at Real Madrid. He then moved to Monaco on loan. So in that Champions League season, 04-05, why he only played 13 games, because we signed him in January. Still at Real Madrid for the first half of the season. So that's probably how I remember it. But anyways, second season, he scored 9 goals. Man went to Valencia in 06-07, scored 19 goals. What is this, bro?
That was just a Liverpool thing, man. It seems like the DNA of Liverpool buying players who are not. Bro, I'm trying to think, because even when we got Robbie Keane and that, all of these men to stop scoring goals for us, bro.
Robbie Keane, I thought he was gonna be a bad boy next to Torres, bro.
Oh no, crazy, bro.
All right, where would he put?
I don't know where to put them, to be fair, bro. If I'm gonna be honest,
the Porto team.
Yeah.
They won the league that season as well, innit?
Yes, sir.
Mourinho team, blood.
I probably put them in like did their thing.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Go on.
Because they do. I mean, they won the Champions League, so it's not like.
Although
put them anywhere.
The Juve team just won the league, innit?
Yeah, they only just won the league. Yeah.
They might be high. No, I don't know. Because I'm thinking that Porto team to win the Champions League is kind of crazy, bro.
But remember, Sav, we don't want to do it just because they won it. It's like how good were they? Like, I know, obviously, they won the mad trophy.
Yeah.
Like
but to be fair, that Porto team, I'm sure, did they not win the Europa League the year before?
The year before, yeah, Marino.
Yeah. So the Europa League to then win the Champions League.
And the league and the Portuguese Cup that season as well. They might be behind. They gotta be higher than that Juve team, bro.
So I have to put they were actually.
Well, remember, it's not. Remember, we're not doing it as levels, in it. It's just where we think they.
Yeah, true.
Go.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep them in. Did their thing. I'm just gonna put them in. Did their thing. I don't feel like that's a bad thing. It's like, they did their thing. Like, they were solid.
Sly. Who's next on the list?
All right. Fuck it. Let's go with Manchester United. Beckham, Keane, Scholes, Giggs, the famous quartet.
Was that them 13 Prem Donnies?
That's the 13.
Class of 92.
Yeah.
Class of 90.
I know we ain't got the high league, but yeah, man, just put them in the Hall of Fame, bro.
Yeah, let's put them in
the Hall of Fame, bro.
These men just dominate. They're just mastered the English league, bro. Like,
no, you can't put them in Yuck, bro. They're not.
No, Yuck is like would be the top.
Okay, so okay.
Okay. Where it's like Yuck, like that was disgusting.
I beg no Arsenal fans drop into this chat now, blood, because they're gonna lose their fucking minds.
Let's go to the Liverpool midfield 3, and we'll go with the Gerrard, Mascherano, Alonso.
Second.
Yes.
Monday unlocked Gerrard on a different level, Mascher and Xavi.
I don't think we appreciated at the time how good they were,
No, I did.
I didn't. I just cared about.
Yeah, I don't think I did. I don't think I looked at them as like.
The reason why I didn't appreciate it because I was so starved of like the big trophy and that I was like, brother, I just want to get over the line. And they disappointed me so much in 2009, not winning that league. They just pissed me off, bro. And Mascherano was kind of annoying, bro. Like, he's got better the older I get. Looking back, he was actually annoying at the time, bro. Like this, you'd be hanging on to a 1-0 win and that, bro, and you just foul someone right on the edge of the box just because, not for no reason, not trying to win the ball.
Yeah,
he's one of the people that can help himself and it will pull your shirt, he'll push you, he'll kick you for no reason, bro.
Similar to like Pepe, innit? Just no reason.
Wait.
Provoked.
There's a reason why Pepe kicked man blood.
I don't want to put them in bad boys either. I don't know if they're.
How long was that midfield together for? 2 years.
Yeah, literally 2 years. And then it got disbanded. Like,
And they done nothing on it. They
Was
played
it only 2 years?
Yeah, it was only 2 years.
Yeah.
So who left first? Mascherano left first.
No.
Alonso left first.
Alonso left first, then Mascherano, and then
They gotta go where this is gonna kill my soul blood with Gerrard there, bro. They gotta go where Jon II and that is blood.
Slightly they can hang with the big.
They didn't do anything, bro.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're actually the only. Yeah, they're the only midfield on this whole list, other than the Joelinton and thing, who hadn't won anything.
Nah, Joelinton and that won the League Cup, blood. Are you talking about?
Sorry. Oh, yes, they are the only. Well, no, sorry, tell a lie. There's the PSG, the new PSG midfield. To be fair,
You know what's killing me?
No, PSG won the league title last season, so no, they didn't.
Yeah, they won the league title, and they're gonna win it this year too.
So yeah,
Mascherano left by then, innit?
Yeah. Every time we do a ranking, every time it's always the Liverpool quartet or dub. It's always them that are like from the past that ain't done shit. It fucking annoys me, bro.
Yeah.
Like this was my whole life in school, bro, trying to defend, man, bro. Knowing how good we was, but could never get over the line, bro. It's so.
When did
annoying.
we sign Mascherano then? After Xavi Alonso?
All right, let me look now. Oh, definitely after Mascherano. Yeah, definitely. I mean,
yeah. Xabi Alonso came 2004, innit?
Yeah. Remember, he was there for the Champions League final.
He was there for the Champions League. Yeah. He scored a goal in it. Missed the penalty, but scored a goal. You know what I'm saying?
We signed Mascherano in 07 to 2010.
Because he was there for the thingy, innit? We had the other final in 2007, the AC final. We lost again. We lost that one.
Alonso left in 2009, yeah. So Alonso first, then the next season.
I couldn't believe we made it to the 07 champs final, bro. Like, I could believe it, but I mean, I just couldn't believe it was so close to like the 2005 one. I was like, oh my God, we're really that. And then we got to the final, then I realized, yeah, maybe not.
We ain't really that.
Well, we only lost 2-1 to be fair, man.
But you know, that 2-1 was more.
That was Inzaghi, bro. That was more Inzaghi than the actual AC Milan.
I'm gonna tell you, man, bro. If you go back and watch the Inzaghi goal, like you'll wind you up even more because all I was thinking as a youngster is like, bro, the goalkeeper can get up and kick that ball away. Still, it trickled over the line, bro. It was winding me up, bro.
Savage. That game killed me more. Obviously, we won the 05 thing, right?
Yeah.
But that game was more like I knew we were going to lose. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, obviously we ended up winning the 05 one, right?
Yeah.
So, but you went into the game thinking it was going to lose anyway, just because it's that AC Milan team. This one is like, I just knew. I was like, we ain't winning this, you know. And then Inzaghi, when I saw the guy, I said, yeah, we ain't winning this, bro. Like, there's no comeback this time. Like, there's no heroics like we had before. Lightning ain't striking twice with this, you know.
Yeah, it felt like at the time, and once it was done, you're like, yeah, don't feel like it doesn't feel like Bellamy and that's supposed to win the Champions League. So I don't.
Yeah, literally, like Bellamy, really, like nah.
Yeah,
nah.
that was a
Jimmy Traore's in that. Like,
I think Pennant was in the squad by then as well, bro. Like,
yep, Pennant was in the squad as well. Pennant was.
Yeah, that really wound me up, man. We had 𝐑𝐿 up front. Because that was Mascherano. Yeah, that was that. Mascherano and Alonso holding. Gerrard was in front of them. Had 𝐿 up top. Yeah, and we had like Finn and that right back in it. Yeah, because Pennant started in the final, didn't he? Bastard. Yeah. That weren't right, man. That man had Kaka and Inzaghi, but like, just fuck it, and Gattuso and that. Yeah.
So you're right. Actually, you know what's crazy? Yeah, our team. Yeah, you're right. We had Pennant, Finnan, Gerrard, Carragher, Zenden,
Risa,
Alonso. Yeah, Risa, 𝐒𝐁𝐃, Reina.
Did Zenden not got subbed on in that game, bro? I feel like he didn't start.
He started. I swear he started that game.
Yeah, Zenden.
Yeah. Because I remember they had that thingy. I remember seeing them. They had like, was it Seedorf, Ambrosini, Pirlo, and Gattuso, I think. I think it was them. Yeah. And then obviously we know about their centre backs, but it's not even. You know what I'm saying? So
their team
it was dark, man. You just knew that they just didn't look like they were going to lose in it.
Nope.
They came with revenge in their soul, blood.
Bro, they said, "Bro, we're not losing that." Because you remember, for AC Milan, that was an embarrassing defeat to lose to Liverpool in the final.
Also, when it was 3-0 up.
Yeah, like that's mad embarrassing. So to then say you're gonna lose again. It's not happening, bro. Like we will do anything we
Even
need. We'll
after
do the
when we
mental
scored as well, I know them man there for shit.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, here we go again. Here we go
That's
again.
crazy, man. That was the difference of me being 15 and 17 watching the game and that, and there was a big difference. I felt like a grown man at 17.
Yeah, of course. Of course. We just on. All right, let's go Chelsea, man. Let's go Chelsea. Frankie Essien Makalele. That midfield was mad.
Disgusting, bro.
Yeah, nah, that midfield was mad.
Wherever Man United one is, just throw them there.
That midfield was mad. It was actually mad.
You know, Lampard's never going to get the respect because they keep throwing him in stupid Scholes and Gerrard competitions, but instead of just looking at him on his own, he was cold, bro. He was cold to an annoying standard on it because I didn't want him to be cold, bro, but he was so good, bro.
Starting to piss man off. I was like, this brother keeps scoring. Like, what is going? Like, imagine if you had a midfielder, a midfielder like that today, who can play in his position and bag the goals that he scored.
That's 150 mil blood.
And he never got injured. He went 2 or 3 seasons without picking up one injury.
Yeah, man. It just makes me sick as a football fan. Like all these online narratives, and I'm like, brother, all these rewriting history about Lampard can't do this and it's lies, bro. I watched him, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
I watched with my own 2 eyes. I saw what he did.
Like, the only thing Gerrard's got, like, when they was doing the comparison of Gerrard, obviously I picked Gerrard over him and that, but that's because Gerrard defensively is way better than him, bro. Like,
yeah,
Gerrard was just.
I don't feel like Lampard didn't need to be defensive.
He didn't need to because and if Gerrard was in that squad, he wouldn't have needed to either, bro. That's why he wanted to go. He wanted to go and play for Mourinho's squad. So, yeah, I mean, apart from that, bro, like Lampard, Gerrard's passing better than Lampard's, but it's only slightly better, and his shooting's probably about the same. They both got screamer. Gerrard's better in the air. That's about it. But like,
I'll definitely give Gerrard. I think Lampard from inside the box is mad, but Gerrard from long range is better.
No, that's what I said. Gerrard's probably, but Lampard's got them. He's got the same long range.
He's got
I was about to say, bro. For me, it's the same.
Yeah, but it's not, bro, because he obviously he didn't score as many as Gerrard in it. So maybe that's pure choice or just the type of player. So maybe he was like, I'll just get my goals from inside the box or in and around the edge.
Nah, Lampard wasn't getting his goals inside the box, though.
No, he did, bro. Like, that's what he was known for. The late run into the box finish, bro. That's what Lampard was known for. And then Gerrard was like, yo, he could pick it up from here and just hit a half volley. And you're like, why would you? Oh, shit, okay. All right. Fair enough.
No. Gerrard had, for me, I feel like it's both the same. I feel like in the box, if you had to pick between the two, it's Lampard every day.
Lampard, yeah.
But if it's outside of the box, I can hear what you're saying. But the fact that Lampard's got both, he's got inside the box and outside the box. So I'm looking at it thinking in terms of the shooting, not in terms of ability, just in terms of like when we're talking about goal scoring. If you had to pick between the two, bro, it's Lampard, bro. Like if you need a goal, I'm picking Lampard every day of the week, bro, because that brother knew how to score goals like a striker. Whereas Gerrard was more like, he's got the technique to do it, but I'm not that confident he's going to do it consistently enough.
No, but to be fair, though, G, like if Gerrard run into the box, bro, I was confident the ball was going to end up in the net. I never once thought.
Yeah, same. I was like comfortable, but I do agree. I was comfortable with Gerrard in the box at any time, bro. But you're right. Lampard was like a striker at midfield.
Yeah, like a striker who played midfield.
Put it this way: when Salah was climbing up this list and that, he had to get past people. He had to get past Lampard, bro. Lampard shouldn't even be on that list, bro.
That's what I'm like. That's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, he was scoring like midfield from his position.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think Gerrard's for me is the more complete midfielder. But
Gerrard's the most complete.
He doesn't get the respect he should get. No, he doesn't.
I actually think Gerrard is over. I don't want to say overrated.
No, Gerrard don't get the same respect, bro.
No,
People right now will compare his stats, bro. You already seen what they're saying.
I don't actually think
he's more of a legend than Gerrard, bro. You seen these things, bro?
He's more of a legend than Gerrard.
Salah. They and that's what people say.
But this is what I mean. That should not even be
But okay. But in that instance, why not? Why can't it be?
If you don't have the answer to that yourself, bro, then
no. I'm asking you because you said it. I didn't say
it. Without Gerrard for them years, bro, Liverpool would have been.
This is why I say with that argument, and I'm not disagreeing with you. And listen, if I'm definitely not disagreeing, what I'm saying is that argument for me is so contextual because the reality is this: Gerrard was the best in a shit team. It's not difficult to do that. I'm sorry, that's not a difficult thing to be a great.
No, but
player.
it's not. I'm not comparing him being in the team. I'm comparing him what he was doing against his peers in the Premier League while being in a shit team.
Yeah, but that's like, but that's like any other player doing that.
No, but it can't be though, because we're talking about that specific player. So yes, if you want to change the argument, yeah, but you're talking about someone that was the best in their team, but also was one of the best compared to the ones that were the best, and they were in better teams.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Usually the person
he's never, but no one ranks Gerrard as the best though. He's not the best midfielder.
One of the best.
No.
I think what ENDZ is trying to say is like,
he will never be seen as the best anyway, because of the fact that you were the best in a shit team. If Gerrard had moved, let's say Gerrard had been
because Salah's got the, that's why I think it's equal, because Salah's got the same thing. Salah's never going to be seen as the best. Ever.
No. If anything, for you to be the best in a team that is sick, I'm like, that's harder to do than being the best in a shit team.
No one. That's why I said I get both your points, because what ENDZ is trying to say is usually when you're the best in a shit team, when you come out of that team, nobody rates you as among the other great midfielders or the other great strikers. But Gerrard is still rated like that. He ain't rated as the best because we know who the best is. But realistically, I'm trying to think of a team now. For example, that's probably rude, but you see how because I was thinking of like Odegaard or someone like that, but that's probably not the same. Because I was going to say,
you're trying to find like a team that's.
Because I'm like, if you say Arsenal rated Odegaard as their best player,
can we use Son? Can you say
Saka's a good one? If Saka within Arsenal is seen as their best player, but when you take Saka out of Arsenal, nobody sees Saka as one of the best players, bro. I don't know. When I say nobody, of course some people do, but I mean most of the time, man don't even think of Saka, bro. It's the English media trying to force him on people and that, but nobody really cares.
Or even if you use like Son for an example as well, Sav.
Yeah, I would have said more than anything.
That you go, but if you took, you're like, nah, Son for year like cooked in it. But if you take him out of Spurs again amongst his peers, bro, he's looked at as one of the best out there.
Yeah.
Where you'd think like like Son is just good in Spurs.
I do think both of you are right though, because there's you think he's underrated and you think he's overrated in certain aspects.
There is a little bit of me that does think that but obviously it's more from Liverpool fans than anything else. Like I do think that we put him on, like it's so contextual. That's the way I have to put it. It's so like we keep the argument that gets brought up is more the fact that where would we have been had we not?
I think people are going to do that. I think that's what's going to happen with Salah after this season. In a few years' time,
but that's this season. You wouldn't say that about Salah throughout the time period that was there.
Yeah, but that's the same with Gerrard. Like that's a lie as well. Gerrard wasn't with a shit team the whole time. He was just a shit. It's just his career was so long that of course he was going to be a part of rubbish teams, because the first team Gerrard was a part of wasn't rubbish, and then the 2009 team, even though it was 2 years, wasn't rubbish. It was just not as good.
Okay, but look at think about it like this, yeah. Like you've used two, like one is 01, let's say that treble winning season.
No, I know you're right. It's just longevity though. That's the problem. Like he's been there, he was there for so long, and so it's gonna look like that. Salah's going to be within like an 8-year period, so it's going to be easier to go. For these 2 years, he was really, I get what you mean. That's why I think you're both right on that. But
no,
I just think Lampard's more underrated than Gerrard's overrated, though. That's what I think. I just think Lampard's not fun. And then the young ones only see him as Lampard, the manager, bro, Derby. They don't, or maybe they caught him at Man City for a season or New York. Like, they don't see Lampard. Lampard's cold, because among all of them ballers at Chelsea, we know he stands out, but on paper he doesn't look exotic in that, bro. But he's one of the best players, if not their best.
They relied on him so much.
You could make an argument that he's their best player, bro. People will act like you can't, because he might have been their best player, bro.
If you took him out of the team with the amount of goals and assists he had throughout them years and seasons, that would show you'd see. This brother was getting like double figures every season. Most seasons were like goals and that. It was crazy.
He'd piss on this league right now, bro. Piss on it, bro.
Easily. What, to get a midfielder who can bag? That's what I said. To get a midfielder like him, how much would that even cost you? Yeah, look, Lampard only spent his first 2 seasons at Chelsea where he didn't get double figures, and his very last season at Chelsea. So 3 years out of all of the years that he was there, did he not get double figures? Every other season, he got double figures.
But just to leave it there, I would never see Salah over Gerrard ever.
No, I don't like. I don't disagree. For me, I like the debate.
I do understand, even though I would never see it. I do understand if you're a certain age, why you might.
Yes.
Because you just haven't lived the Gerrard moment. And
do you know it's crazy though, Sav? Because I know you're right with that as well. But I look and I'm like, well, people couldn't have we didn't lose like a billion people, not a billion. I'm exaggerating. But we couldn't have lost that many people for these new ones to go. Nah, it's better. Do you know what I mean?
It depends how young you are though. Because for example, even though my son is Gerrard over Salah, but my son's 16 and Gerrard left
when he was 8, give or take.
Yeah, I said that. My son just walked in. But yeah, my son but that's what I'm saying. My son's Gerrard over Salah, but my son's whole football, you can't take the whole 16 years. You have to take it from his formative football years, innit? So you probably take like 9 years. Well, then for them 9 years, bro, Klopp was there, bro, and Salah's been Salah the whole time, bro. So for them kind of kids, I would understand. For the ones who are like 25 plus in our age and still say that, I'm like, okay, bro, you I don't know what you was doing.
That's the difference. It depends on who you're speaking to.
It does depend on who you're speaking to. Yeah.
But I assume that there is more 25 plus.
There should be. Yeah, there should be.
Yeah.
Because I don't see the 16s going to like. You know what I mean? Like if you look at a match day, just for an example.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can't tell what.
Yeah, I think Gerrard would have more. Although I will say this, which is kind of crazy. Across the world, though, Salah could have more fans than Gerrard, bro.
He definitely has way more fans.
Just simply because Gerrard didn't have 100,000 fans in Africa, blood.
Yeah.
That's true.
Just for that reason alone, bro. Like football's more global as well. Salah's on everything, bro. And if you listen to any man who goes to the Middle East, bro, the first thing, go and tweet them about football to go, yeah, Salah's face is everywhere, bro. I haven't been in it. I haven't got anywhere, bro. But these man everywhere, Dubai, Egypt, everywhere. It's just faces everywhere, bro.
No, he's the face of. Unfortunately, Gerrard is from England.
Might be the reason why he feels disrespected by Liverpool with these contracts.
Very true. He's thinking what? So when you man go on holiday to Dubai, you don't see my face everywhere. All right, cool.
Yeah, because everyone else who has that kind of a law is probably treated. Even doesn't matter what we think about the money, but all the people that are treated like that with that kind of love they're paid the right amount as well, and they kind of can have whatever they want: contract time, money, a hotel. Remember, if he was playing for PSG like this, they would have gave him a couple of hotels by now. Maybe a country, blood. They gave Neymar a hotel, blood.
Yeah, that's Neymar though. You know what I'm saying? That's a different level of life.
No, but you think that Salah thinks Neymar's better than him?
No, bro.
Yes.
I definitely don't think that. But I think, hey, it's mad. like I said, I just think it depends who you talk to. Like, I'm not gonna say Gerrard over Salah or Salah over Gerrard. I'm just gonna say the conversation is very.
Nah, you better say it, bro. Say Gerrard over Salah.
Nah, you better, bro. Because bro, when Klopp was here and we built this team, bro, we were relevant, bro. Like for years, bro. We had the top players.
No, but we wasn't relevant though.
Yeah, we wasn't relevant, man. Apart from the first couple of seasons where man were building, and bro, we got to a point where man. No, but we could talk, bro. Man, them would like, Lallana with the 𝐒𝐿, and we were getting there. We was cooking.
Nah. Same way then. That you and Savage have said.
Man, them didn't respect us. Them man, they used to call us a cup team. G, remember?
No, but where did the first?
No, G, just listen to what I just said. No, they never respected us in this league, bro. They said, "Oh, that's just Liverpool in it. Champions League now, that's cool." But when they come back to the league, yeah, different story. That's what they used to say.
But it's the same. When did anyone say that now, though? Like, I don't get it.
But we went through years of competing against City. I know we didn't win, G, but people said, "Nah."
You just said it, yeah. The first 2 seasons or whatever that Klopp came in. So let's say, how many years of Klopp here? Like 8 years or whatever it was, or 9 or 8 years, yeah. So for 6 seasons, and really is actually only like 5. So like for 5 of those years, we're saying that Liverpool were that kind of team, right? Where man actually respected us. But Gerrard has had those years, not in consecutive order. Fair enough. He hasn't had that in 5 long years. Like
that's the answer there, though. But that's the answer there. That's it.
But he's had those years, like probably more.
Not only did he drag us to a Champions League final if he didn't score them goals against Olympiacos, not only did he win us an FA Cup to make us relevant, bruv. Nah.
Brother.
Listen, like I said, I'm not here to say either or, man. I'm here to say
this brother. This brother dragged us. Us.
And listen, he was in a shit team. Someone had to do it, so he happened to be the one.
And Salah hasn't had to do it. That's why he's been able to stay out on the right side.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You better change your enthusiasm when you talk about Gerrard before the Scousers come get you, blood.
I think Gerrard is.
Like, change your tone when you talk about Gerrard. It's even winding me up now, blood. Like, change your tone, blood.
I'm even thinking of boycotting the stream. That's how mad I got.
Yeah, blood. I was like, you're trying to be all objective in that, bro. Stop the foolishness, bro.
Listen, as I said, bro, Gerrard is an amazing player.
No, I don't want to hear it. No, forget it.
Okay, cool.
No, because there's a but there, and I know you're gonna.
Yeah,
there is no but. There is.
I don't even like it. I don't even like your adjectives, blood. Man's amazing. I don't like that, blood.
So what do you want me to call him then?
No, we're not talking about Liam Delap, bro.
We're talking about someone that, bro, through our childhood, bro, like growing up, teenage years, bro, helped us to win trophies where we can feel like we could have a conversation. When they were telling us they had Roy Keane and Vieira's and these, man, we were like, and they had Lampard and all these, man, we were like, bro, we got Gerrard, man. He's better than all of these.
I'll tell you how bad it is, blood. I rate Gerrard more than Martin Luther King, blood. Martin Luther King didn't get me through school, blood. Gerrard did, bro. So,
Martin Luther King's the reason why you can go to school. How about that? Nah,
I would have got in, bro. I would have got in, bro. You know, like,
you wouldn't have got in, bro. You wouldn't have got in. Let's put it this way. You wouldn't have got into the school that you went to in the end, where you're sitting next to the snow bunnies and them thing there. You ain't, bro. None of that's happening, you know. None of that is happening, my guy. That's hilarious, bro.
Nah, bro, I'm just letting you, man, know, blood. On behalf of black people, Gerrard might be one of the top black leaders, bro. I don't know what man are talking about, bro. Yeah, okay, he might not be more than, but he's at least like 3. He's higher than Rosa Parks, blood. All she done was sit down, blood. Like, Gerrard was out here. Nah, she sat down, Gerrard slipped, blood, same shit, bro. But Gerrard, she didn't score in the Champions League final.
Them ones, boy.
Yeah, bro, bitch just had weak knees and wanted to sit down, bro. Not my Gerrard, bro. He took an injection and carried on playing, bro.
Move on.
All right, so the next combination that I wanted to go to, let's go to the Croatian midfield, man. 2018 World Cup. Brozovic, Kovacic, yeah, Luka Modric, and Rakitic. I'm sorry, but there's too many itches.
Yeah, throw them man there in. I want to say bad boys, but I also want to say, yeah, they're in between them two there, bro. Them man, they're all cooking still.
Did they get to they got to the final, innit, of that?
Got to the final, lost to France 4-2.
4-2. But they were cold in the game as well, man. But France just had, they had bare speed merchants.
I just remembered they beat us to get to that final, didn't they? That's when Kane wouldn't pass the ball to Sterling. But I'm never going to forgive him, you know that. I'm never going to.
I don't think anyone will.
Every time I see Harry Kane, that's all I think. Why did you pass the ball to Sterling, bro?
Yeah, let the man tap it in, bro. I know you weren't that great in clinical in front of goal.
Hey, G, take that off the screen, blood. Take that off the screen, blood.
I don't see Salah doing that type of thing there, bro.
He didn't. No.
Don't do that.
Gerrard didn't see the video what we saw, blood. He just believed in his brethren, innit?
Savage, he was on the fucking pitch, bro. Like,
but he didn't see it though.
What do you mean he was on the pitch? You think that Gerrard got VAR eyes, blood? He went. Go and watch the
VAR went in about that, bro. What are you doing now?
Yeah, bro.
There's more cameras at the game now than there was back then, right?
And since that day, have you heard Gerrard speak about that situation?
Yeah, he said we shouldn't have done it, bro.
We shouldn't have done it.
We shouldn't have done it.
And you've done it.
No, but you can't. No, don't do that. Because while this brother is holding the club at ransom, you're cool with that, though. I hear it, man.
He's not holding the club to ransom, though. You don't have to sign him. He is,
man.
No.
Okay, hold on. If anybody's held the club to ransom, it's Gerrard.
No,
it's definitely not. It's definitely not.
G, we're not here to diss Gerrard, all right? And all I'm saying is, if you got a problem with anyone wearing the t-shirts, Glenn Johnson, I got a problem with. I ain't got no problem.
For real. It's gonna be more him, if anything. Like, why are you wearing the fucking t-shirt in the first place? Like,
Glenn Johnson said that. I trust what he said, didn't he?
Yeah, bro. Anyway, this is what we've caused in the chat now. Man said Henderson over Harriet Tubman, but this is over with.
This is Savage's fault. I said Rosa Parks sat down so Gerrard could slip, you know.
No, but he's a great. Like, we have to admit, he's a great black leader, Steven Gerrard,
bro.
G, I told you to move on a long time, bro. I don't know why
I think the Croatian midfield, man. Where would you guys put them?
Leave them in bad boys. Leave them in bad boys, man.
Nah,
I
they
think they
were
were
really
cold,
good.
man.
Yeah,
You know what's so
Rodri-
bad about that midfield? That midfield
Mm.
is like Kovacic wasn't even really getting in that much.
nah.
Like, listen, you know what I mean? It
He
was
was
more
just on the
Brozovic.
he was just on the rise them time, innit, for him.
Very true. Very,
He
very
was on
true.
the rise then, but nah, he's another cold player as well. I feel like he doesn't even get. I'm not expecting him to get like mad praise, but he's such a good player, man.
Who's that?
Obviously,
Kovacic.
yeah, man. But he's had a few mad injuries now, innit? So that's kind of halted his I say development. He's getting older now, innit? But yeah, I think it just hindered him a bit.
Nah, man. I hear it. All right, let's go over to Germany. Savage, man. Chat to me about Bender and Gundogan. I could have added in like...
Yeah, I watched them as well, G. Thanks. Yeah, I mean,
I know you did, but obviously it's Savage's team. So
and it's my team as well. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Why,
Your team.
yeah,
Hey, listen, for them seasons, Yorkie business, blood. Yorkie business, bro. Champions League and League, but I don't really win Champions League and I blame Robin for that. But it's not the point.
Nah, Robin
Brother?
Cutting ended man's soul, blood. That's
Bro,
You know
bro.
what, man? I never thought that like I rated Bender more than I rated Gundogan at that time, which is mad because look obviously how their careers.
Yeah. Sven Bender.
oh,
Yeah,
Sven.
Sven.
Oh, you're talking about his other ways. No, sorry, no.
No. Didn't last play for Bayern Leverkusen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. Apologies.
But yeah, yeah. I thought it's so mad. Like I know you guys obviously. I didn't watch Dortmund like that, but I never ever rated Gundogan in the way that people rated him before he came to thing. I'll admit that. Like I used to think, yeah, he's all right. Like he's not dead or not. He's calm. But Bender was the one I used to think, nah, this brother's cold. Like I wanted us to sign him at the time, but
He got a lot more the media coverage though. That's why there was a lot more around him. And then because he was linked to a lot of the teams in Europe around.
that's what I'm saying. I thought, oh, yo. Yeah.
About Gundogan. That's what I'm saying. You know, the man that knit everything together. They always go under the radar, bro. They always never get no love, man.
The man said the original Gen press, blood. You know them way there. Let's come on, bro.
That press was different still.
Yaya and Fernandinho.
Yeah.
Throw the man up there.
Yeah, let me move on to the next one. I don't know why.
Yeah.
All right, this one's a bit interesting. And I want to get your opinion actually on this,
Go
seeing
on.
that we are, Barcelona fans and that. The Madrid midfield four, and it's the new Madrid midfield. So
Hold on. Man just say I want your opinion and say because we're Barca fans and they pick Real Madrid. What's going on, bro?
yeah. I want to hear it from the
Wait your turn, Sav, man. Wait your turn, bro.
Do you know what I'm saying? I want to know, like, how do you kind of obviously I know how you feel about it, but I'll ask your opinion.
Now, which midfield is it? I don't even know which one it is. I can't see it properly. But...
So
That's
they've
the new
got
one, isn't it, for Valverde.
yeah, so
Bellingham.
Valverde, Bellingham, Tchouaméni, and Camavinga. When you look at that like midfield, obviously we know I look Valverde's playing at right back now. Tchouaméni's been playing at centre back at times and all this kind of stuff. But when you look at that four, how good do you think that four is now? Like, where would you place them? But also, how good do you think it will get in the future?
You know, it's crazy, yeah, because you look at all of them. Obviously, they're all versatile players, bro. They could play anywhere you put them. Camavinga's played left back. Valverde's played everywhere. Tchouaméni's played centre back. Bellingham's played 10, holding. He's played all over. He's been the single man up there himself in some games. Nah, they're cold, bro, and they're so young. If they sort out their defense where none of these guys have to go there, I might be mad still. Because if all of these men playing the midfield together, yeah.
Long day.
You want to take Camavinga in a row?
Yeah, he's asking you that.
Man stays injured, blood. Camavinga stays injured, blood.
No, but
What-
I mean, if they can
But
sort
what is the
out,
conversation about him leaving? Like people don't rate him.
Oh no! People rate him. Bro, people love Camavinga, bro.
his injury in it.
Oh, is it okay?
But yeah, if he,
Bro, I don't care
if
about
he-
his injuries. Don't keep
if
him.
he fit and sort the defense out where they can play them in midfield, long day for everyone, bro.
Mad thing, yeah, because I wouldn't be able to scroll down a little bit. G, the ones at the top. Because obviously they got a Champions League to the name, but that doesn't mean much. Just simply because he was all over the place. You made a great point. I wouldn't put him at the top. I know that much.
I think Go Future, Bad Boys, Hall of Fame.
Yeah, because
I think yeah,
I
they're
actually
all
think they're
around
bad.
what.
I think they're all bad.
No, but I think they haven't had their actual run together where they're like in there together. But I feel like as soon as Madrid sort out the back line where they're like, right, these are the staple guys now, and all of these men just play in the midfield. I think, especially like with Modric, he's signed for another year now. When he leaves, and then now they have to solely, and obviously they don't start him every game and stuff, but yeah, once these men play together in there like that, it's gonna be mad. And then in front of that, the Vinny and Mbappe and Rodrigo things, man.
Yeah, it's not knitted. It's crazy because they won the Champions League and the league, but it's not knitted together properly.
Yeah.
It's mainly because of injuries, though. Because, like you said at the beginning, Tchouaméni is not really. He's playing in the midfield now.
Yeah,
Still played more games in defense this season than he has in midfield.
which is
Camavinga's played he played second half of last season at left back.
Yeah.
Valverde's played most of this season at right back. It's actually crazy when you think it's only Bellingham who stayed in midfield. The rest of them have been scattered around in that, bro. And I think Valverde is like
shows the versatility of these players.
Yeah. Valverde and Camavinga are really complete midfielders. It's actually crazy. Like there's nothing they can't do, bro. It's madness, and it's helped the team, but it's also a detriment at the moment because that means they never get to play in their rightful position, and that means the midfield are not used to playing together. But if they sort it out, and then probably not this season, but the following season, we actually get Carvajal back playing at right back, or Trent, and then it'll be proper then, because Valverde and Camavinga midfield is nothing to be messed with Bellingham ahead of them, and you can swap with Tchouaméni either way. You know what I mean? Madness.
You don't think obviously, I know you guys like to play with like three in the attack, obviously, with like Rodrigo and.
We think you changed to a two?
Yeah, I was thinking, so couldn't you potentially see a quartet of a diamond, effectively, almost, as a midfield kind of thing? Because you could still have Bellingham as your main, or you could even play on like.
I think they did that when they had injuries, though, innit? I think that's when you did that.
Yeah, and in the Champions League did that as well. Because for me, Rodrigo has to start. Like he's gone through the moments of being on the bench now. He's one of the best right wingers in the world, and he's not even a right winger, bro. So, and then obviously Mbappe and Vinny have to start. Bellingham's he has to start as well, probably in the 10. So
you've got a lot of players who have to start. That's mad.
Yeah, it's really like realistically when everyone's fit, it's between Tchouaméni and Camavinga.
Okay,
it's them two, and Camavinga's better than Tchouaméni. But Tchouaméni is more suited to the role, staying there, and obviously. Over the years, it's been Kroos and Modric in it, or Kroos, Modric, and Casemiro, and kind of stayed like that. So, interesting problem to have. But
bro, imagine your problem.
Even if they go,
I think he doesn't play much at all. Güler and Hendrik hardly ever play.
If they went with like a back three as well, and then have Camavinga and Valverde as the wing backs, they would kill it there as well. Because they will tuck in. They can tuck in, go wide. And then you can just leave the midfield, probably Bellingham and Tchouaméni just in there, and then you still have your front three.
Hey, I might do a Real Madrid save on FM, you know.
It'd be interesting to see.
You like that little tactic there, G?
Yeah, I was like, I never thought about three at the back for
what I'm saying is, you see that all that right wing back talk, blood. If you do that and Trent crosses waters, it's a long day for everyone. Now Trent doesn't have to defend as much, brother. Then you're talking about Beckham, Real Madrid levels, bro, just whipping the ball in, bro. That's all he's gonna do all game, whip it.
And we really think that we've got something in store for this guy. All right, anyways,
no, that's because these man picked Delap and them man there, bro. That's what.
Anybody who's in this chat who picked the lap, get out of this chat, man. I don't want to.
Yeah. You like going ask Trent, but you want to next season you want to fizz the ball into the lap or Mbappe and Vinny, bro. Let's see what Trent says.
I can't see a way. Yeah, I'm just thinking about this now. Yeah, you see, like when they're having like the meetings in the boardroom and stuff, and the manager might have like a presentation, right? And he's showing the players. This is the chart of everything, right? These are the kind of players, and he might not even just have like one play. He might have like a list of players, like, and be like, okay, these are the level of players that we're kind of trying to look at, Trent, to take us forward into the world and stuff like that, and push us on to dominating football. And he sees the lap on that list, but then he goes to Real Madrid and he's just like, he sees Mbappe walking around the training ground. Yeah. And you man think this is going to sway him? That's a joke. All right, let's move on to Germany World Cup winning midfield. Khedira, Sami, Kroos, and Schweinsteiger.
Problems.
Yeah, put them.
Khedira is under fucking rated, bro. That brother was
Yeah, I
cold.
know.
It was
man.
2 seasons where he stood up, bro, and I was like, raw.
Yeah,
Injuries just fucked him. That was his only problem. Injuries fucked him.
yeah, man. Then you got my man dusting him in lyrics and that. Gotta use these packs and pulsions. Yeah, blood, putting Sammy Khedira's name in there like he's a dickhead, bruv. Nah, blood. That's
Treat
an
the
old
man like he's just a
Sammy
fucking lyric,
Khedira.
like-
Ah, blood. He's cold, bruv.
I'd say for me, bro, I'll put them bad boys, man. For
Yeah,
me.
Khedira, he got better as well. Like it was a dip for him, and then he got better.
Got better as he was getting older.
Which is mad to think. What about Schweinsteiger and Javi Martinez, Bayern Munich?
Bayern Munich, bruv.
Champions League
And
winner.
just won the league every season for about 10 seasons. Blood.
Yeah, literally, bro. Javi
feel
Martinez
like-
was always interesting. He was always an interesting midfielder. Like,
Who was the other one in there? I feel like there's someone else that was within that too.
when I looked at it, they only had these two in there. I think it was like it kept swapping with like
Kept
other players.
swapping there.
But those two were the always main, the
main stairs, isn't it?
let me check.
Later on, they got flipping Thiago and flipping.
Yeah.
Brother, Thiago in that Bayern Munich squad was ridiculous, bro.
Bro, do you see, bro? Sav, I was watching one of his compilations the other day.
Yeah, that's what me and my son was watching it a while back, man. The Thiago at Bayern, but brother.
Bro,
Look, so in the Champions League semi, when they faced Barcelona, yeah, they're playing 4-2-3-1 anyway. So it's only just Schweinsteiger and
them two holders.
sorry, go on then. Sorry, go on.
no, I was just saying, watching it, bro, and what Thiago was doing was stupid, man.
I feel bad for man if they only watch Thiago at Liverpool. If that's the only Thiago you ever got to watch. I feel bad for you because that Bayern Munich Thiago, even just before he got to Liverpool, they won the Champions League, didn't they? And he was the best player. In the final, he was cold, bro.
How about I feel sorry for you if you're too young to remember Thiago in the under-21 championship in that Spain team.
Madness.
I've never seen a team who are like, you know, when they're above that level. I was like,
yeah, they should. If we took this team and played against the other international teams, like the actual first team, they could go and hold their own. That's how bad that team was.
It was peak. Let me even find that fucking squad, bro, because that squad was mad.
For me, for these, man.
These two, yeah. Sorry.
I don't know. I feel like that decent spot is kind of lonely, innit? But I don't want to be rude and put them there because I feel like it's being rude.
Nah, but you're saying, like, remember, that's why I put it like that. Because like, nah, they was decent. Like, they were decent.
No, they did their thing, and Schweinsteiger was a bad boy as well, yeah. But I felt like he was more the attack than the midfield. And
to be fair, they did win the Champions League with this team.
Yeah, they did.
They did. Yeah, I don't know if that sways your opinion. I just
no, I'm gonna stick to what I said. I think I'll go there.
Yeah, I was about to say because Porto won the Champions League as well, and they did their thing too. But...
So wait, did their thing or decent?
I said did their thing, but I'll leave it down to you guys where you wanna put them.
I would say they was decent.
Same. I didn't care for them on the eye. These two.
Say that again.
On the eye, I didn't care for these two. But I did. Yeah. I love Schweinsteiger though. Cold.
Yeah, but you just knew the attacking dons were just mad.
Oh my god! I'm sorry. So the under-21 Spain team had David De Gea, Thiago, Koke, Puerto Moreno, Morata, Isco. What's Rodrigo?
Mm.
You know, Savage, that's the same guy as that. Bro, that team was so fucking dumb. They won the final 4-2.
That's a cocaine blood.
You know, I was watching the under-21 Copa del Rey, yeah. I don't know if it's this season or last season. Barcelona beat Zaragoza 5-0 in the final. I said, nah. Wait, why? Why are you dealing with these? It's the final, bro. Why is it 5-0? These teams are cold, bro. Like, boy.
I don't think it. Hey, remember when England? I don't know if you guys remember England under 21 where they had Jordan Henderson, James Milner. There was another brother in there. I remember that team was actually pretty good. It was like,
It's like our under 21s now for England, man. They got some ballers in that under 21s, man.
And I think the under 17s that won the World Cup. What was it? How many seasons ago was that? How many seasons ago?
Foden and them, man.
Probably like 5, maybe.
The World Cup. Yeah, the under 17s one. About 4 seasons ago.
Nah, that was 2017.
2017. Okay. Demario was in that squad as well, wasn't it? Yeah. Solanke and that. Yeah.
Yo, that team was cold.
That team was cold, blood.
That team was cold. All right. Kleberson and Gilberto Silva, Brazil 2002 World Cup winning.
World Cup. Yeah, they stashed them up, blood. That midfield's crazy, bro. Didn't think it would have been as well, but it was cold, bro.
Kleberson, just hear the name out.
I know, because United Kleberson won.
United. Oh, God's sake, bro.
Listen.
That was bad. I thought when he went to Manchester United, I was like, oh man, they've just bought a bad boy.
There was a period in it where I just felt like people that's how I was scouting people if Manchester United was in, because they were so big, the club. I was like,
yeah, they
wanted. Started getting like Kleberson and Bebe and Jemba and that, and I was like, better.
Apparently, there's a story about the whole
Bebe. There is, but I don't know what story you told.
Yeah.
I don't even think he ever scored and played, blood.
Yes, I don't think he did. Not the way that he played in the end, boy. I'm sure this was going to go at the top. AC Milan midfield. If I say that,
throw them top.
Liverpool's midfield. The Premier League winning midfield.
Yeah, throw them at the top.
Okay, can we talk about it first?
No.
Throw them at the top, blood.
Like, can't we at least like?
Nah, you didn't want to talk about the overviews, bro. What do you mean, bro?
Go on, explain to me what you were going to say.
All I'm going to ask, all I wanted to ask was, you feel that they're on the same kind of level as the guys that we've got here on this list?
Are we comparing them, G?
Like, I don't like what you said it. I don't like how you said it like that, bro.
Yeah.
Don't make me think rationally.
Why is my tone of voice?
No, don't make me think rationally, bro. Let me just think.
Yeah, you know what we did that season, G, bro?
You want to know the truth? The truth of that is, I do believe they are there, but they are there in a different way, bruv. You know, like there's different ways to view football and that. Because you're a snob in it, so you won't see it, blood. But obviously, no, because that midfield shouldn't be we all know that it shouldn't be as good as it was, bro. Now, it didn't last as long as we probably wanted it to, but to be fair, it did. We just, you know what I mean?
No, it did.
We just didn't win as many titles as it deserved.
But it shouldn't be that. These lot shouldn't be able to go and play Barcelona and win 4-0. They shouldn't, bro. These lot shouldn't be able to push Man City twice in a row and then 97 points and not even win it and then win it. Remember, we smoked the league the season after that, bro. And they
all realize what, like, no, bro, the way we brushed off the league the year after.
Bro, that's why them who cost Henderson haven't got chat for me, bro. It doesn't matter what you say to me, bro. He was really in the squad, really playing cold, bro. You get me? It's not like, oh yeah, we move him out and it would have been fine. You know, it wouldn't. That's a proper midfield, bro. Well-oiled cod, bro. You know, the other one, you might be like, oh, this geezer's so close, he's so world-class that he would have, ours wouldn't have, so we pull one of them out, it wouldn't have worked, bro. But they were so organized, bro. Brother?
But then, isn't that like how the Porto thing is? How we say
all right.
No, I'm just asking. I'm not.
No, we smoked the league. End of.
Yeah, I can't lie.
And we won the Champions League with it as well.
Nah, you know what? He's probably right. Fuck's sake.
No. We won the Champions League.
I'm saying because you said with Porto, if you took out 𝐒𝐃, that midfield doesn't really.
How long ago was that though?
Nah, man's writing them off for years, you know.
But I'm saying that Savage just said if you took out one, it doesn't it's not the same midfield.
Yeah, but we already gone past Porto. We're not talking about them no more.
Okay, cool. So if you took out anyone, it doesn't matter if it's Henderson, Fabinho, thing. Do you think that midfield is then?
They are where they are, and they're staying there for me.
Me personally, I don't have them there, but okay, if you got them in, I'm not gonna.
Where do you have them?
I will say one thing.
I just had them and did their thing.
I will say one thing in that, and it's just based on how I'm doing it. And obviously, there is credence to people getting over the line and winning the big trophies because we all watch this. So, because looking at it, it doesn't seem like they should be ahead of that Arsenal midfield. It feels a bit rude, doesn't it?
Not even close.
But that midfield that we got won both trophies, bro. They won the Champions League and the league, and that's the only reason. Because, for example, the Croatia team, they just got to the final. They didn't do anything after. They didn't win anything, bro. They didn't get over the line. So that's the reason. But
I'm not arguing with it. Like, if you guys have them in your, you
Oh, you
have them
sound
in
like you wanted to have an argument for no reason.
Well,
bro.
it's a conversation. It ends. That's all I was trying to have. Was just,
Yeah.
okay. So can we not conversate about?
Not
'cause I
with a
didn't agree
Champions
with-
League and a Premier League team. We don't like winning midfield. We don't conversate with that.
Yeah, but I still didn't have the midfield up there as like, oh yeah, like I just had them as no. They, you know, heck, I would have even have put them in bad boys alongside the rest of these.
Can I ask you a question then, G? Which midfield three is better? That midfield three or the Newcastle one? Yeah, move on. Let's move on.
Oh yeah, to be fair, I did say that earlier, though, didn't I?
Yeah, move on. That's what.
I said they're very similar.
Yeah, no, move on. That's what I said. Move on.
I mean, I'm gonna take the midfield of Newcastle, but yeah,
Yeah.
I
Now
have to
move on.
think
Move on. Move on.
I have
Move
to
on.
think about it. I didn't want to just disrespect them. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go
Nope.
to Inter Milan midfield treble. So you
Yeah,
got-
throw them at the top, bro.
Okay, cool.
Nah, them man, they were dumb. That's the same team that bullied Barcelona as well. I'm sorry, man.
Absolutely bullied.
We got bad, bro.
Ambiasso, Zanetti, Schneider.
You see that balance there? That balance was unreal. That's unreal.
Interesting that we got them on the same level as Fabinho, me and thing. That's crazy.
But
Yeah,
Um,
they won a treble and we won a Champions League and a Prem. Yeah, that's why.
No, well, they did it in one season. Like, there's a difference.
brother, stop that, man.
And I'm sure after that season, didn't Cambiasso leave?
Anyways, next midfield.
Yeah, that Inter Milan team didn't win the League Cup, did they? That's what I'm saying, blood. In fact, none of the other teams apart from United on there don't know domestic double blood. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god. All right. Pedri and Gavi.
Nah.
I would say future Hall of Famers.
No.
Yeah, future Hall of Famers.
Take the Catalonian hat off, blood.
No. It's because
No. We got to stop this, bro.
no, it's
I
because
rate
of
them, but we both know future Hall of Fame. Gavi's legs ain't
Yeah.
making it past the next 2 years, blood. It's over with Gavi's the Operation Gavi's done.
No, Madrid done, bro.
Operation Gavi's done, blood. Pedri might be one of the coldest midfielders in the world, bro.
Nah,
But
right now,
Operation Gavi
yeah.
is finished, blood.
Just
It's
throw it.
finished.
Gavi, I do feel sorry for Gavi, like, because yeah, you're right. These injuries are mad.
Man, he
Yeah,
ain't even got a
but-
proper year left. He's got like a school year left, 9 months, blood. It's over with.
He's got. Listen, he's back fit and healthy now. Let the
Nah, man, you might as well sign Morton at this point, blood. God, you lying it. No,
I ain't trying to sign
Gavi,
him,
blood.
Yeah,
He's
all right,
finished,
all right.
blood.
Let's move on. Yeah, just throw him in the future Hall of Famers for me.
Blood.
I'm just looking at how many games. To be fair, in the season that they won La Liga, yeah, both of them were so pivotal in that season. You know,
Of course they won, blood. You was in the Europa League that season, innit?
yes,
Wait, was
Yeah,
we
yeah.
here?
We got sold by Man U, but I remember.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Rashford.
Bro, you know, I'm
Rashford
like
moving
really
crazy.
erased that from my memory. You know, wow.
Yeah, I didn't even remember that happened, but now you said it. I remember Rashford.
I remember because
scoring
Enz was disrespecting your legend that season. Remember
Who,
Enz?
Javi?
Javi disrespecting.
But like Javi was moving. He was moving a bit nuts. Though.
Yeah,
like,
it was
Oh,
moving crazy.
that's what you get for winning the
Fam,
league.
he even said he
Moving
wanted to. How was that disrespectful?
And that's what you get for winning the league in the Barca, bruv. You know, these men moving nuts, but forget about it. All right, understand.
Yeah. He said he needed to leave, bro.
Brother.
All right. We'll get this last new school one. Obviously, I don't know if we did speak about the Joao Neves, Vitinha. It's got Zaire Emery here, but you could put Fabian Ruiz as well.
Yeah.
See, when people are chatting shit, about, oh yeah, man, they're not that. Man, when we did that stream, man said, no, listen, we need to worry about these Donnies because
I
they're
saw the whole Liverpool fan base across everyone's from just disrespecting them. You know, I'm like, brother, you're gonna learn today, bro. That's.
I think it more irritated me just because it showed you really don't watch any like you haven't even caught them in any other game that wasn't, because I'm sure they were probably speaking about they lost to Arsenal. They lost
Yeah.
So to them, they were like, oh, but look. And I said, okay.
They could at least have said like unsure about PSG's midfield or what can we expect? No, they were just cooking them, bro. And I was like, brother, just stop it now, blood. How have man not learned a lesson from Atalanta, blood? I told man that's I seen Enz doing the draw, and me and Enz was watching the chat, and he said, "Who don't you?" I said, "I don't want Atalanta, blood. I don't want." That's allow it, bro. And we got bullied. We should have learned a lesson, but obviously, as Liverpool, we don't. And that's why we lost to Newcastle. Anyway.
Wow.
It's
It's
ridiculous.
a new wound, Sam. That wasn't. It's not
Man,
old.
we matched the bar week. We lost to PSG and Newcastle
Sam,
matched us
that
up
was
in
the
1 week.
last game we played, Sam.
Days, blood.
It's not healed over yet, Sam. It's not
Sorry,
even scabbed over yet. It was the last game we played.
All right, let's move on. France World Cup. Sorry, they got it twice here. The recent World Cup
The
winning.
recent World Cup.
What man like Blaise Matuidi and that?
Blaise Matuidi, Kante, Pogba,
Nah.
Grease.
What's the top one again, bro?
Paul Pogba. Aye, blood, put him at the top, bro. That's the coldest. And they had the tune and all the lights turned off in the stadium.
Yeah, that celebration was bad.
And then the Kante thing. Shh. Aye. Listen, this is what I mean about good vibes, blood. You see, man, that don't rate Pogba, bro. I don't like football, blood.
You know what's mad?
It's crazy, bro.
You know what's mad? First of all, yes, you're right with that. You know what's mad about that whole thing you're talking about? The people of France, some of the people of France, and I'm assuming we'll guess as to who, they didn't want these guys to win it because we know why. Because and obviously them celebrations didn't help the cause for people because obviously it then turned into this whole next thing. I remember seeing it straight after they won the World Cup. I remember literally the next day I was like seeing like some of the people like talking about it. All you saw was, but he ain't from France. He's from Africa. Oh, he's from the Caribbean. I said,
right. Listen, man. France, if you want to go try win these big tournaments with African descent in your squad, good luck, blood.
Yeah, good luck.
You'll be as good as San Marino, you pussies, bro.
Boy, I was so shocked because I thought something like this year because
these even Griezmann's of different descent, but these men don't want this conversation, bro.
Bro, Laporte ain't Laporte.
All of them.
Like
Laporte is Spanish, bro.
Yeah, blood. Yeah. All of them, bro. Who from France is really French, blood?
It's actually true, yeah, for real. Like
just the manager.
Yeah.
Madness, blood. And the champs, even if you say it different, it sounds German. So even that might be not even true, blood.
Where's Giroud from? Where's Giroud? Is he actually really French? Like, was he born in like?
You know what I mean, blood?
Probably like Austrian or something along the.
Yeah, but they don't want this.
Then think like, he don't look like a, but then he could maybe. What about the '98 World Cup? So you got Deschamps.
Yeah, top. I still to this day don't understand why Zidane don't get no love as well, bro.
These little youths, man, with their GA talk, with the pussies, bro. I can't lie. As a kid, that France team shocked me, and only because I was not aware of enough stuff in it, and we had because when that, I know it was in France, but I never had, even at 8 years old, any chance of France winning that World Cup. I didn't really know about them like that.
Sorry to just cut you off like that. Giroud is Italian.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I just
I'm saying, bro.
I'm passing out. You got an Italian.
Don't let the skin color fool you, bro. None of these men are from France.
Nah, but to be fair, Giroud got to look like he got like a natural type of tan looking anyway.
Yeah, it's true. It's
Mediterranean Italian tan, bro. That's
none of this smoke blood. Bare man them in their team, bro.
Right, he's still playing football. Right,
we already know, like Zidane, and that's Algerian, and that bro Benzema, and that's Algerian.
I know, because my Algerian brethren, he's vexed to this day, you know.
Yeah, Morris chose to play for Algeria. He could have played for France too, blood.
He's like, bro, like someone was dissing like Zidane one time. He's like, bro, you're lucky you have him, bro. He's Algerian. He should have been playing for us.
Yeah, man.
Think one day maybe we got to do like a conversation on that. Like if we was to pick like players for international teams purely based on their actual country and that. Imagine some of the teams.
I remember what you said when you were just talking about the French one, because I remember the picture on social media, bro, and it had all of them in the picture was lined up, and above them they had the flags up where they're really from.
Yeah.
I remember like someone like Piers Morgan or something was talking about it online. I'm like, that's fine. Just have the trophy back in it. Give it to Croatia then.
Give it to Croatia.
Last three. Obviously, we've got the Spain, Marcos Senna, Xavi, Fabregas. That's mad, you know, because Fabregas has been in the international side for time. I didn't even clock.
That's when I was. You see, when is that the Pep era, bro, of Tiki Taka, or was that
like Like it literally
Yeah, just after Rijkaard's vibes, tiki taka, then Pep's control.
That's like Fabregas, man. They did the false nine. Well, not false nine. Didn't play with no
Nah,
striker.
that was after.
Yeah. After they didn't play with no striker, Fabregas was the highest attack.
This was the moment, guys. That's when everything I did in football was about that, bro. Like every game I played, I'd bore you to shit.
Yeah, this is where we became snob, 100%.
When you became snob, blood, it's when a fly tackle weren't good enough for you anymore, bro. A good old English sign and a pie weren't good enough for you pussies, blood. Nah, bro, I know it because I know all of my Asian brethren all of a sudden all had Spain tops, blood, and to this day, any tournament that comes on, they've all got Spain tops, and I said, listen, man, just stop the foolishness, blood. There ain't nothing wrong with the young, you know what I mean, Gary Lineker and that fucking old school and that, you know what I mean, bro.
Nah.
Terry Butcher and that bandage around the head and that Paul Ince. Yeah, man, you lot.
I promise you, there was not This Is Football. There was the World Cup one that came out around that time, and it was either it was the World Cup. I don't.
The 2010 World Cup game.
Yeah, and you see that one, you could, bro. I would pass people to death. 1,000 passes, bro.
I don't lie, that game is underrated, blood. That game was cold.
It was so cold because you could pick a player and go through the whole qualification as that player. Not once did I pick Lampard, just to let you know, G. Not once.
Did you pick Gerrard? Like,
yes, always.
Yeah, because you're a Neek, man. How would you pick Gerrard?
No, man, come on, Neek, blood. That's.
I respect Gerrard, man. Your feelings are too strong on the other side, G.
I apologize. You know, that actually just triggered me when you said that. I was like, why did you?
Bro. Wow. Man said, nah, you should pick Gerrard then. That's not a bad pick, bro.
I apologize, guys. That was very out of character.
Nah, Barcelona. Call it
crazy.
Barcelona team, innit? Just call it Barcelona, bro.
You know what's mad? That midfield that you got there, yeah. That's Marcos Senna, Xavi,
and Villarreal, weren't he? Senna was at Villarreal.
Yeah, Villarreal. I don't at this moment. Fabregas was still at Arsenal in this tournament.
It would have still been just until they threw the top over him when they won.
Yeah, I remember that. I fully remember. Yeah, you got to come over. You know what I mean? Like, but think about it. They went from that midfield, dominate, like they won that. Marcos Senna, by the way, bad boy. Then they move on to the Barcelona midfield. Then they go on to like, it's like they had like a weird midfield where it was Xabi Alonso was thrown in there. You still had like David Silva, obviously Juan Mata playing further. Like, Spain's team.
Do you remember when it was just Barcelona, the lineup for Spain, bro? It was just literally Barcelona.
So, Rob, would you players in there still?
There was like one, maybe two.
Like one Savage, like
Ramos and
Casillas, maybe, like
yeah, that was it.
Valeron was in there, blood. Somewhere.
I said Valeron was in there and just holding up bench and grabbing waters and that, and orange slices and that.
It got to that point with Spain that I felt bad for them that they had too many players to pick from. Bro. That's why they just used all midfielders eventually and said no strikers because too many players. Bro.
Yeah, and David Villa and them, man, they're just waiting.
That's why when they got mashed up, you know that tournament when they got mashed up, bro, that's why it was so weird, bro. They just started the tournament like, bro, Spain can't win a game, bro.
Yeah,
they got one goal and got kicked out of the tournament.
They never really produced strikers outside of Torres and Villa.
No, they didn't. That was the one thing, bro.
Pure ballers, bro. Because remember, they focus on more on the intelligence side, not power and speed, innit? It's just about, just being able to play in multiple positions.
I remember David Villa. Did he start that tournament?
Which one?
The 2004 that started.
No, there was one tournament that he didn't actually start the tournament.
2008, Torres started the Euro.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I thought so.
2010, South Africa, Villa was in that squad.
Yeah, but was there one in 2012?
They started together in 2010. Both of them were in the squad.
Okay. And then
remember, I think his legs had gone by then, Torres, and that's when he was like,
yeah, okay.
Now, mad it is that Spain's gone from just having Marcos Senna as the only black guy in the team to now.
Bro, Spain went from winning nothing, but and then 2008, 2010, 2012, brother. Man,
I was loving them times, bro. Loving it.
Come on,
still loving it now, anyway, man.
Currently. Last two, we'll go Real Madrid. Actually, we'll go Real Madrid one. So this is the famous Beckham, Zidane, you had Makelele in there, Figo. This was actually the midfield that they played for David Beckham's debut for Real Madrid.
As individuals, cold. That's where I'm going to leave it.
Don't need no comments from the Catalonians. Yeah, this is the one where
they were decent.
They stop.
Throw them next to Schweinsteiger.
To be fair,
you did this on purpose, G. I know.
Throw them next to them, man. There, bro.
They're slightly underwhelming still.
That's what I'm saying. Like
the football was cold, but the winning stuff was.
Just throw them next to. I told you, Schweinsteiger.
Say that for Beckham's debut, but by the time we got halfway through that season, Beckham was at right back.
Yeah, I know.
That man said, "Listen, we need Figo and Beckham in the squad somehow." So
yeah, just interchange. You man, just
so they had when I was looking at the lineup, Figo was playing left mid. Beckham was obviously right mid as he would be.
Yeah.
And then you're right. Throughout that season, it kept like changing. Like,
a mad season, bro. Because I remember there was like the big thing was about Beckham getting his number and Figo was not getting rid of that number 7. But Beckham went to 23. Yeah, just put it on the
next to Schweinsteiger and
that's fun. That was decent.
Yeah.
You didn't have to. You could have, brother. Hold on a minute, bro. How many Real Madrid midfielders are in this?
Don't worry about it, midfielders.
No.
Three in there,
wait, hold on, bro. Wait. Where's
the most?
Where's Cruz, Modric, and Casemiro, blood?
When you guys were talking, when we was talking about something else, I put the Cruz.
Oh, she's put them there and didn't let me talk about it.
Did you need? I didn't. Look, the Barcelona trio is there, and I didn't even speak about them because I
don't care about them, bro.
No, I care about them.
Sorry,
what
man.
I'm saying.
I hear it, man. Winning 3 back-to-back Champions Leagues ain't good enough for this. I hear it.
It's fantastic. That's why they're there. That is why they're there.
Man, that's why they're there with Henderson, Fabinho, and Gini, bro. That's why. That's why they're there chilling, bro.
Yeah.
I do wonder if there wasn't 3 Liverpool fans where this thing would go, bro, because I feel like the Arsenal fans
definitely know that this midfield will not be here. I know that for free.
Yeah, Arsenal would be at the top, wouldn't they?
Yeah, at first as well. You know, like just
yeah.
Like they need to be there. Like no, everyone.
The thing is, bro, like what Arsenal did. I know people rewrite history now and that the points. I remember 12th Man talking about it before, and he was trying to say that Liverpool's. So it was on about the team last season or something was better because of points. I'm like, you can't go based on the points, bro.
Nah.
It's about the points, what's warranted in that season. And we know that Arsenal got, 12 draws that season?
Yeah.
12 draws, 36 wins, isn't it? Well, no, 26 wins, 12 draws. That's what it was. But, man, come on, man. They didn't lose a goddamn game, bro.
That's why I don't like the points conversation.
Yeah, it's serious business, man. The points are valid for what's needed that season, isn't it? So Man City got 99 points because Liverpool got 90 because they had to, bro. Otherwise, they wouldn't have won. Like they just had to. But when Man U finished second under Solskjaer, bro, Man City finished 10 or 12 points ahead or whatever, bro. They didn't need to get as many points because it's only Man U, so we'll just relax.
Exactly.
Life, bro.
All right. Last but not least, Manchester City midfield. I don't think we actually. Oh, we've done it there. Yeah.
Centurions.
This is. I don't think so. No.
Is Rodri in it?
Yeah. Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, and KD Bizzle.
That's the one that trebled, didn't they?
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. When they won the treble, Gundogan was gone in it for a year. The
Barcelona.
So he didn't even pick up the trophy.
Was he the season after that? He went for the 1 year.
Let me check.
I feel like he went at the beginning of the season because it was only 2 seasons ago. Gundogan win the Champions League. I thought he left. You might be right though, because I did a video on it.
A little check anyway. We'll figure it out.
Gundogan. When did Man City win the Champions League?
2 seasons ago.
So 22-23.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was there.
He was there. He won it. So he won it, left, and then came back.
Yeah, he was only at Barcelona for 1 season.
Now I know, but I just thought that like.
What did he do at Barcelona again, G?
Like in terms of.
Yeah. What did he win?
Nothing.
Yeah, why are you asking dumb questions? So you know, man.
No, I was just asking. Thought he went to win something and then come back.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I felt like you had a dumb question, by the way.
No, blood.
These Madrid dogs, bro.
What is it triggering?
Because we know what happened. Like now he's gone back in it. You Barca fans, admit the truth in it. There's some sports washing going on. Blood.
What sports washing could have been done there? I don't
The
know.
whole thing didn't make sense, bro. Man just went back, bro.
Mm.
You know, because he didn't go back on loan. It's not like Man City loaned into Barca and then came back from the loan. They got rid of him, and then he came back, bro.
Savage.
Yeah,
they realized
management
the error of their ways.
Yeah, new management and that. There, you know what I mean?
This is you, man.
Where would you place them anyway? Where would you place them?
If
To be
it's
fair, I
Man
mean,
City,
they won a treble, like, so I can't see where.
I have to put them up there, innit? Yeah,
they gotta be up there, man.
Yeah.
And
It's so funny, innit? Because the way that season started wasn't that great. Well, not that it wasn't that great. Nah, you know what? Forget it. Because I just remember that's the one when Arsenal finished second in it.
Yeah,
the first season. That actually looked like Arsenal was going to win that league as well, bro.
Yep. Remember, even when Man City won the FA Cup, it was like I was like, oh, that's a bit of an even game. Didn't Man United score first?
Yeah, they scored within the first. No, it wasn't. Man City scored in the first minute. Gundogan scored in it straight away. Against De Gea, he volleyed it in straight away. Then Thingy scored. Then Man U scored because they got a penalty off a Grealish handball. What wasn't a penalty? It wasn't a penalty. And then Gundogan scored again, and it was done.
Grealish. Gundogan in his last 3 seasons, 17, 10, and 11. He started scoring goals, man.
Man.
Yeah, he's one of them. Like this season, is getting. I know he's not but he's getting so disrespected, but it's ridiculous, man. It's okay to say like I don't feel like a man's legs are there anymore, but after what he just did for you the 2 previous seasons, allow it, bro. No need to be like that, man.
But you know, fans, man, they're so fickle with like
because they weren't winning that shit before without Gundogan, bro. Not the goals he was popping up, and that season, obviously the first one of them 3 was us in it, the Villa game at the end, and that they weren't winning that without him and Sterling, blood.
I remember the game that Gundogan scored against Everton when he scored that goal, bad goal, and I remember it was just the whole finish was just mad. I remember thinking, yeah, these men are definitely winning the league, you know. Like
Rodri handball in that game. Remember that? Anyway.
Man said that man he saw the backspin on the ball. Man threw his arm out at it, you know. It's like, yo, that's a handball, big man. It was like, nah, just that's a natural position of my arm. No, it's not.
These dead football fans really think Man City is this bad because Rodri's not there, blood. Big man, stop the foolishness, blood. Yeah, they're bad everywhere, bro.
Literally, yeah. It's not even just one.
They're bad everywhere, man.
They just can't sync up in it. It feels like there's some connections missing right now.
But safety net, man. Go.
All right, guys, man. We are finito, man. Quite a few players in there. I think some, yes, I agree with. Some, okay, fair enough.
What you don't agree with, that we don't agree that you don't agree, all right?
Exactly. Leave it there. That's what we have to do. Just leave it there.
I'm just saying that this was a very good discussion, and I understand some of the choices that my fellow co-hosts have made. I'm not here to argue about.
When are you still gonna like open your mind to like football as a whole, bro? Like stop the snobbery, bro.
What do you mean you two? I do open my mind.
Nah, you two, bro. We understand like tiki taka and all that, blood. But sometimes, blood, you get me. Sometimes blood and passion, innit?
This ain't Game of Thrones, bro. I don't need.
Yeah, not lie.
What is this?
Can we just see some entertainment and some football and some?
Nah, I hear you, bro. But that's why Liverpool get bullied in these games because sometimes it needs just blood and passion, bro.
But why can't you?
We ain't even doing the tiki taka part either, bro. We ain't even doing that.
Yeah, we just got tick in it, no tack, blood.
Yeah, ticky boy. But ENDZ, I don't know if you've got a live or
no live for the rest of today. Just the you said what episode 2 out today at 6:00. That's it.
Is it a premiere or have you got it just like?
No, I have it out. It'll just come out. So yeah, go watch it, man. I mean, it's funny as hell.
Guys, man, make sure you go and watch that. Savage, have you got anything for the people to watch?
Yeah, but somebody's just sent me some topics to cover, man. I can't be bothered to research, but you get me. It's long, bro. Go watch ENDZ's video on racism kicking man out the country. ENDZ don't want them in here, blood. That's not what
I said. But you go watch it, I guess.
Go watch it, I guess. You want that. No one's forcing you.
No,
I do want to do some videos over there. Obviously, England's playing today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you said, ENDZ, are you doing... Because if... What time's the Sam's?
On the SmackDown, but
10
I'll be
o'clock.
watching both. Blood.
10 o'clock.
What's that for?
He said the
I
Sam's
don't know.
thing is at 10 o'clock.
Oh, today. I thought
Yeah.
when it's normally later than that.
Yeah, but
like
exactly
11.
moaning about the time.
Yeah, bro. Man's always got them streams on ungodly hours and that. Blood. You put streams on at 11. Blood.
I'll see how the day goes because I wanted to do, but then England are playing, so I did want to.
You should do a watch along, South England.
Nah, blood. England are playing against them. Nah, I ain't gonna say nothing. Blood.
Yeah, no, but they're playing new form England. I told you it's a perfect time to do it. New England, new manager.
I watched Top Boy, blood. I ain't trying to see England versus Albania, blood. You know what I mean? Just
Man said I watched Top. But
nah, bro. That's Michael off the balcony, blood. The shine, run. They dashed him off the balcony, blood. I ain't forgiven them since, blood. Although Michael did snitch, blood, but he's a school you. Yeah, man. Nah, he did, bro. He snitched, blood.
No, he did. Yeah, no, he actually did. He actually did.
Man, nah, G, before I go, it pissed me off now that you mentioned it because Michael snitched so quick, bro. He didn't even let it lie. He said, listen, Michael, if you don't tell us what happened, you know, your mom could be in trouble. He said, Sully and Shane did it. Big man.
Yeah, but you know when certain man, they feel a little...
You have to let the police work for their money, bro. Man just said it so quick, bro. And he took him to the house.
Some guys, they're just... Or some kids, shall I say... They're just, when they get under an ounce of pressure, bro, like they just crumble. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's a bit peak. Sad.
You got any videos coming what ain't football?
The snitch. Huh?
I've got a couple of records. So yeah, I
ain't interested in football stuff right now.
Yeah, I've got a couple.
Same. I want to be fair, I'm going to spend this rest of I should actually be working, but I'm going to spend this rest of the time watching Gangs of London. I need to still do this. I want to have the conversation about the adolescence thing, but that's why I didn't know that you was doing. I know ENDZ is doing the Sam late at 10, and then England are playing before that, so it's just time wise. I don't know.
England are 7:45, isn't it? Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. By the time that finishes,
and you're away Sheffield, you're going still.
I ain't going to Sheffield now.
I swear you said that you was going to Sheffield to me,
during the Easter holidays.
Oh, I thought you meant this weekend, bro.
No. Easter holiday. That's what I was saying. Easter holiday.
Do the thing you could do that adolescent video tomorrow, depending on what ENDZ is doing.
No, I'm having surgery tomorrow morning.
I don't care about your damn surgery, blood. Like, I'm saying that serious. You're on stream, blood.
Well, I mean,
sorry, blood, but ain't that serious, bro?
I think I'm not gonna be at home tomorrow. Like, I'm not here tomorrow.
Oh, man can't stream when they wake up from the anesthetic, blood. Why, bro? Take your laptop to the hospital, blood. They got free Wi-Fi, bro. Nah, man, I've had enough of men acting like this is not serious. If he had a serious surgery to do, he wouldn't be.
Oh, fucking hell.